One of the most common ways that you can get clients as a life insurance agent or life insurance broker is by using referral partners. But here's the thing, most advisors are going about it wrong, and I went about it wrong for the first 5 to 6 years of being in the industry. But I changed this one thing, and I started to get anywhere from 5 to 10 leads per month from my referral partners. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same thing in your business. What is up, guys? For those of you who do not know me, my name is Philip Setter. I've been in the industry for over 10 years now, and I've been able to scale my brokerage to 6 figures, 100% online. I've recorded a 1-hour masterclass where you can learn how to do the exact same thing in your business. If you're interested in that, just click the link in the description below. But without further ado, let's just get right into this video. Okay, so before we get into actually the steps about how to get referral partners and quality referral partners that actually drive leads and business into your life insurance brokerage, let me explain why most brokers fail and where you actually go wrong in trying to get referral partners. Because here's the thing, every single insurance broker, agent, or whatever is taught that you're supposed to go after mortgage brokers, realtors, real estate agents, accountants, etc. to try and get clients, pardon me. However, every single agent is doing that. So if you just get into industry or you've been in the industry for a few years and you're just like harassing, these mortgage brokers, like, hey, can I be the life insurance broker for your clients? Can you send me business? Maybe you join a BNI, which might be a little bit easier to get clients because it's, one spot in a BNI. But most people immediately jump out of the gate, start approaching all these realtors and mortgage brokers and accountants and say, hey, can I service your clients? Can I sell life insurance to your clients? This is the wrong way to go about it. And if you go about it this way, you're not going to get any business and you're not going to get any referral partners. Because if you go right to the referral partner, whatever it is, let's say you go right to a mortgage broker, here's the thing. Number one, they've probably been approached by a dozen or 2 dozen or 3 dozen other insurance brokers just like you. Number two, who are you? You have no credibility. They don't know you. You have no reputation. And so in their eyes, you're just some random guy that's trying to sell products to their clients. And number three, you need to think about what does this individual care about? So if it's a mortgage broker or an accountant or whatever it is, they care about 2 things. Number one, they want to look like a rock star to their clients. They want to do, the best possible service. So whatever that is, if they're a mortgage broker, they want to give, the best possible mortgage broker experience and obviously to get more clients. And then number two, if they refer anything out, they want to refer it to someone who is also a rock star. They want to, one, know their business is going to someone, that's relevant and credible, and they're up and comer in the industry and, they're established or whatever it is. But most importantly, they want to be seen as having connections to highly credible individuals and referring them to those individuals. So they also look like a rock star upon that referral. And so you can see if you're just some, random guy or random girl off the street that just got started, or you have very little reputation in the industry, referring business to you isn't going to make them look like a rock star. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can look like a rock star so that they want to refer you business. And then in return, they also look like a rock star for giving you that business. Which leads me to step number 1, which in my opinion is the most important part about trying to get not only referral partners, but any type of business in the insurance or any type of industry for that matter, but specifically the financial industry and the insurance industry is number 1, you need to start building credibility. You need to build your reputation and your credibility in the industry. Why would anyone refer you business? What's different about you than any other insurance broker that I can refer my business to? We all have the same products, so why would anyone give business to you? And the way that you do that is, again, by building your reputation, building your credibility, building your brand awareness, and so that people know, like, and trust you, and they feel good about referring clients to you. Now, the number 1 way that you can build credibility is by content marketing, and specifically video content marketing. So here's the thing. I started using video content marketing back in 2017 with my insurance brokerage. I really started taking it seriously around 2020 and 2021. And since then, I've made probably 600 videos that I posted across YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and specifically also LinkedIn. And I've been able to, through that video content marketing, build a great reputation in the insurance industry, where I've been featured in podcasts. I've been asked to write articles for Money Sense and different MGAs and different organizations. And so through that entire process, I've been able to establish my credibility in the insurance industry because, I posted a video and then I repurposed it across other different platforms. Now people start to see that, they start to engage with it. They can understand my opinions on certain subject material. And then again, from that, it's like, okay, this is great. Let's get them, on a podcast, or maybe let's get them to write an article on it. Or, maybe let's get them to be featured, in this video or something like that, that you can do a co-video with someone else else, but through my own content marketing, I've been able to, make a splash per se in the industry and then get invited onto other different channels and other different websites and newspapers and articles and news sites, etc., and MGAs. That's now been able to establish the credibility of myself as an insurance broker, which leads me to step number 2. And this is where I think is the best place that you can get referral partners in 2025. Of course, they can come from anywhere. They can come from YouTube and they come from Facebook and they can come from Instagram, and you still should use all those different channels with content marketing. However, the best place that I found to be using it is on LinkedIn. So what I would do is I would go on LinkedIn and I would find your ideal list of referral partners. And I'm going to get into one cool trick here after this here, where you can find partners in a space that nobody's even looking for. So the competition is extremely low and it's a blue ocean strategy. However, for now, let's just pick a list of people that you want to work with. If you're working with families, if you're selling life insurance, you obviously want to partner with those typical partnerships. So the mortgage broker, because if they're getting a mortgage, they're probably buying a house. The realtor, maybe an accountant, if you're working with business owners, whatever it is, you want to create your list of referral partners that you want to work with, and you want to find them on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the best place to connect professionally with other individuals, whether it's, in the financial industry or the accountants or the realtors or the mortgage brokers. And it's the best place to establish your credibility because it's such a good community of business owners where everyone's reading and commenting and interacting. It's one of the best places I think that you can build your business in 2025 with B2B connections, not B2C. B2B connections are those referral partners. So you want to create your list on LinkedIn. You want to find those people on LinkedIn, and there's many different tools you can use, Sales Navigator and other tools, or just finding them organically by maybe reading a post from, a friend that reposted or someone commented on something. If you can find people within your community or within your province or even your country that you want to connect with, maybe they're industry leaders, don't pitch them, just connect with them. And this is the beauty about content marketing, is because once you connect to all these people, and you continue to connect to more and more people every single month, but once you connect to them, now you can start to add value. And if you're doing content marketing, then you're posting, twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. They're seeing those posts that you're doing, that content that you're putting out, as well as if you comment on other posts and you're making, insightful comments and you're actually reading the post and putting something of value on that, they're going to be reading that. Share your opinion. If it's a life insurance topic, if it's whole life versus universal life, for example, or term 10 versus term 20, or if you see something industry, take the time, go on LinkedIn and write a thoughtful post, because you think maybe it's just one person seeing it. No, it could be hundreds or thousands of people that are seeing your comment, and your ideal referral partner could be reading that comment and agreeing with a lot of the things that you're saying. And they're thinking, yeah, maybe I do want to refer this guy my business. Maybe my clients would be good in his hands. Now, once you've connected with a lot of referral partners, and of course you're going to be connecting with more and more every single month, that leads us to step number 3 now, which is, I think, in my opinion, this is where my business exploded in 2021, 2022, 2023, is when I was able to find my niche. And then I was able to partner with organizations in that niche. So here's the thing, and I say this in a lot of videos, I say it, quite often to a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of other insurance brokers in the industry that I talk to, is every single financial advisor or insurance broker or whatever is targeting those main referral partners. So mortgage broker, accountant, real estate agent, etc. Those are all being targeted by these individuals. So it's a very saturated market. You really need to set yourself apart and be an industry leader to be able to get those relationships. However, if you settle on a niche, if you find something within your life that you deeply resonate with, and you can connect to that niche on a professional level with insurance products or financial products, now you can go to those organizations, and it's a blue ocean. Like I said, no one else is approaching them, or very few people are approaching them. So let me just give you an example of what I'm trying to say here, and maybe you'll get a better idea of what you can do in your business. For me personally, I love climbing. I love the mountains. I'm a rock climber, ice climber, backcountry skier, alpine climber, etc. That's a huge part of my life. I've built, separate channels where I've gained lots of followers and people that engage with my content and reputation in that industry just from my climbing. And I was able to leverage that and then go to these organizations, these climbing organizations like search and rescue organizations, mountain trauma organizations, the Alpine Club of Canada, Association of Canadian Mountain Guides, all these different associations that are involved in mountain sports, and say, hey, I'm a life insurance broker. I have a great life insurance product for these individuals. I have a story in that industry. I buy the products myself because I'm also a climber and I know the hassles and the complexities of getting a product that does cover those extreme sports. Here's the thing. You know how many insurance brokers are approaching search and rescue or the Alpine Club or Canadian Mountain Guides or mountain trauma groups? Nearly zero, maybe like one other one. So my competition is virtually, zero. It's not like a mortgage broker that has hundreds or, dozens and dozens, every month approaching them, trying to get their clients. If you can find a niche in your life, doesn't have to be something that you connect with, but if you do connect with it, it's going to be that much more powerful. If it's something you already do in your life and it's something you already connect with, then it's going to be so much more powerful than if it was just something like, I want to target dentists. Well, are you a dentist? Were you a dentist? Is your wife or your husband a dentist? Like, how do you connect with dentists besides the fact that they make a lot of money and you want to sell to them, right? Like, you need to, and I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying that it'll be way more powerful if it's something that you actually connect with and do yourself, because you will know their exact pain points. You'll know what they're going through. You know who they are because you're also the same person. So if you can find some avocation or hobby or past career or faith or something that you can connect with because you resonate with it yourself, now you can start to find those referral partners within that niche and become the insurance broker for those individuals. And it's, again, that blue ocean strategy that very few other people are competing with you against to get those referral partners. Which now leads me to step number 4. And up to this point, I haven't told you to approach any of the other referral partners, such as mortgage broker or accountants or real estate agents. However, now it's time to start approaching them. So once you've connected with them on LinkedIn and you have a content strategy out and you're posting and you've been featured on articles and blog posts and on other people's pages and podcasts, etc., and you have the partnerships with other niche referral partners, such as, maybe if you're, into woodworking, for example, maybe you partnered with a local woodworking facility or shop, pardon me, where, they come in and your brochures are at the front checkout or something like that. Once you have all of those things already established, now you can create a package that you can now send to these other partners saying, hey, I've been featured here. I've been on this podcast. Here's my YouTube channel. Here's all the content that I've made. Here's the article that I was featured in. And here's the referral partners that I already have on board. Here's what we have going for them. Here's the referral agreement that we have going for them. Would you like to be part of that as well? So you're not immediately going to these referral partners. You're building up all your credibility, your brand awareness, and then you're getting the easy referral partners with a niche that you connect with. Now it's time to start approaching the other partners and getting those partnerships as well. Now, obviously, there's way more to this than I could include in this video, but this is just a brief high-level overview of how to get partners. Again, if you're interested in that full 1-hour masterclass, just comment below or check the link in my description. And if you guys are enjoying this content, all I ask is you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.